So, you've taken the time to write your stories, memoirs, memories, notebook after notebook, page after page of thoughts, memories, parts of your life, your story. Now what are you going to do with them? Perhaps you've typed them out and sent them off to have them bound into a manuscript so that you at least can look at the work that you've done and read the stories and decide which ones that you really want to use and those that maybe you've changed your mind on. Sure, you can put it in a book. You can self-publish. There's a lot of things you can do with it. But I have a fun way of putting it into something that is more visual, because I love visual storytelling, and who doesn't? You can create your own film of your story. And I'm going to show you how. Let's pretend for a moment that I'm going to be reading my story, because we're going to use your story as a voiceover with visuals. And then you're going to match the story with videos you've taken, still photos that you have reformatted so that it's a proper size for film. And those will become your documentary type visuals while you read your story. You don't have to be on camera the whole time. You just can start, perhaps finish with it. The rest of the time, you'll read your story the way you want the story to sound. And the photos and the videos will speak for themselves. Let's try this as a sample. The Giving Gardens of Autumn. It's autumn now. And the spring was magnificent. The gardens were filled with flowers and early fruits. Always strawberries. Spring peas. Butterflies are starting to visit, and bees. And you're still planting more seeds. All the way through the summer, we've enjoyed all the moments that summer brings. Lazy meals by the poolside, out on the deck, picnics, boating. Many of the things that we enjoy to do outdoors with family and friends in the summertime. But then autumn arrives. The days are getting shorter, starting to get cooler. You've restocked your wood pile for when it's fire season. But the garden is still giving. Let me take you out into my garden and show you some of the things I've discovered in my yard that are still giving in autumn. Rosemary has loved every ounce of the heat of summertime and is standing tall and smells aromatic. Perhaps I'll dry some of my rosemary so that I will have a more intense flavor in the middle of winter. But I'm enjoying picking it now and making herb butter and pizza and many of my other favorite recipes with rosemary. Chard? Who knew? Last September, I planted chard for the first time. Swiss chard, rainbow chard. And here we are 1 year later, and the leaves are still in my garden. And they're making wonderful soups, salad. Grapes? Oh, we know that's what we get in autumn. It's grape harvest season. And whether you are excited about the fruit or the leaves, as I am, I'm just excited that at the end of a hot summer, we have vineyards bursting with life and ready to be harvested. Garlic chives. I had never heard of them. I planted those 2 years ago, and every year they come back. They have such a wonderful garlic aroma and flavor. But two new things that I have discovered in my garden in the autumn have been black walnuts and acorns. I never knew I had a black walnut tree tucked into the borders of my yard as you enter into the trail, into the woods. Last year I discovered how much work it is to open them. I have a greater respect for the squirrels because I can't imagine how they get into them. And I made wonderful recipes from the black walnuts I was able to harvest. And then there's acorns. Acorns, oak trees, dropping acorns, you can hear them. They ping off the ground where the leaves have already dried and fallen to the ground. And there you have acorns. It was my grandson who asked me, "Grandma, are these edible?" I said, "I don't know. Let's find out." And sure enough, they are. So you see, I've been sitting right here the whole time, reading my stories and editing in the videos, the photographs, the visuals that I want to use to concord with my stories. And you can do the same. No, it doesn't have to be about gardens or food. It can be those photos or videos that you have of places you've been, homes where you've lived, people who you miss or share time with now. Once you're done, just upload it onto a YouTube channel that you have, which is free, and you can set it to private and share with only those people that you want to share it with, or you can leave it public. This is an easy way for you to take your fabulous stories with all the visuals that you've collected over time and create your storybook visually. It's easy to do, and it will be something, a treasure that you can look at, like your own home movies, only better. Don't be camera shy and get your story written. That's where it all starts.